It won't be enough for Meghan and it won't be enough for Harry. And she will just go off. And her next step
is happening yet again. Harry is in a position now where he is conflicted about his life with Meghan, not sure about moving forward with her. And I think he needed a
marmalade, hot. I'm not going to make her a billionaire, trust me. So who will? A new man. At some point, if it's offered up, it might happen. That is why she is constantly meeting new billionaires.
She traded a crown for California, but now she might trade her prince for a billionaire. Rumors out of Montecito suggest Meghan Markle's eye has wandered toward an Arab tycoon whose fortune makes Harry's royal inheritance look like pocket change. The two cultures which came together in the marriage of Harry and Meghan, there's a fault line. When Meghan Markle first met Prince Harry, the world thought it was witnessing the modern version of Cinderella. A Hollywood actress, divorced, American, and biracial, marrying into one of the most traditional families on Earth. It was the perfect love story. Cameras rolled, hearts melted, and the tabloids exploded. For a moment, Meghan could do no wrong. She wasn't just a royal bride, she was a revolution in heels. Think about it. Harry came from this very busy world of the royal family, with lots to do. After cutting ties with the palace, Meghan and Harry had one mission: to turn fame into fortune. They swapped Buckingham Palace for Beverly Hills, royal duty for media deals, and centuries of tradition for streaming contracts. For Meghan, this was the comeback she'd been waiting for. Solo and do whatever he wanted. He sat in Montecito twiddling his thumbs. She had big plans: podcasts, Netflix specials, book deals, philanthropic projects. Hollywood had always been her comfort zone, and now she was entering it with a royal twist. For a while, it looked promising. Netflix reportedly paid millions. Spotify rolled out the red carpet. The Duchess of Sussex was ready to become a media mogul. What is my role? Where is my work? And I think that will wear thin in time. But the dream fizzled fast. Spotify dropped her after one season. Netflix executives allegedly complained that her content lacked spark. Her attempts at empowerment were branded performative. The public called her fake. Even Oprah, once her biggest supporter, began to distance herself. Netflix firmament into whatever she will do, fashion, beauty, whatever. Jab. Behind the scenes, the tension grew. Meghan wanted control. She wanted success. But Hollywood didn't care about royal titles or palace sob stories. It cared about results. And Meghan's results weren't delivering. The spotlight that once made her shine was now exposing the cracks. Her charm, once her greatest weapon, had lost its magic. Deals stalled, invitations dried up. The woman who once captivated the world with a wave now struggled to hold attention for a minute. So why not step up to a billionaire? And why not go for politics? Why not? That's when the whispers began that Meghan was looking elsewhere, somewhere beyond California, somewhere where real power and real money still existed.
He is right. I'm going to be talking to Pina very shortly, actually, about Meghan Markle's ambitions when it comes to politics.
It started as background chatter, quiet, untraceable, but impossible to ignore. Meghan had started mingling in new circles far away from the Hollywood elite that had gone cold on her. Private jets, discreet charity events, luxury retreats, not your average social calendar. And yes, right now her popularity is rock bottom, but she's seen people turn it around. The first thing you need in American politics is name recognition. And Paul Barl is also right to say that one name kept popping up: a mysterious Arab billionaire with unimaginable wealth and a soft spot for powerful women. He wasn't a movie producer or a fashion mogul, he was on another level entirely. Think oil, tech, real estate, money that bends empires. What was interesting too, remember, Paul Barl does have some insight into Prince Harry, even though he last saw him face to face. He says in 2017, I believe, he obviously. Insiders say their connection began through mutual acquaintances. A private dinner here, a gala invitation there. Nothing scandalous, nothing confirmed, but just enough to raise eyebrows. Those who were there describe an undeniable chemistry, the kind of spark Meghan hasn't shown with Harry in a long time. For Meghan, it wasn't just attraction, it was alignment. This man represented a new kind of power. Old world money, global influence, luxury without scrutiny, exactly what she's been craving. Truly believed that when he met Meghan, she whispered into his ear. A 36-year-old mature woman whispered into his ear. To him, Meghan was more than a celebrity. She was status, style, and Western allure wrapped into one. The perfect complement for a man who collected icons the way others collect art. They were never photographed together, at least not yet, but the rumors spread fast. Suddenly, Meghan's name was back in the headlines. This time, not for failed deals, but for a billionaire's attention. And in the world of fading fame, that's better than any Netflix renewal. But I would argue what's particularly sad is the fact that Meghan Markle knew that, and she manipulated him because of that. Then, when she got everything that she wanted, Hollywood was once Meghan's playground, but fame fades fast when the cameras move on. After the Netflix buzz died and Spotify shut its doors, invitations stopped flowing. Once a fixture at A-list parties, Meghan found herself quietly excluded from the circle she used to crave. The same stars who once gushed over her now kept their distance. That she wanted within the royal family, she realized, oh, holy no. Catherine's the biggest star. Catherine's going to be queen. In Hollywood, reputation is currency. Meghan's brand had become complicated. Too many controversies, too much drama. Every project seemed to come with baggage, and whispers of diva behavior didn't help. Directors wanted results, not royal tantrums. Publicists started steering their clients away from collaborations. Behind closed doors, it was brutal. One producer allegedly said, "Working with Meghan is like managing a crisis before the project even starts." That's how bad the PR storms had gotten. Even Harry seemed uneasy at red carpet events, visibly uncomfortable while Meghan played the star, with me. Head on over www.outspoken.live, enter your email address, and sign up today. You believe that Meghan Markle thought she was marrying into a sort of a star. Then came the cruelest blow. Fashion brands stopped calling. Meghan, once hailed as a global style icon, was no longer front-row material. Instead, younger, quieter influencers took her place. In the eyes of Hollywood, Meghan wasn't a trend. She was a warning. Fame and fortune had turned into fatigue and failure. And in her desperate search to stay relevant, she was about to gamble bigger than ever with someone who could make her untouchable or ruin her completely. Is now calling on King Charles to strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their titles. Watch. From the outside, life in Montecito looked perfect. The mansion, the manicured lawns, the security gates, everything screamed luxury. But inside, the walls told a different story. The so-called power couple was reportedly cracking under pressure. Harry, nostalgic for his old life, wanted stability. Meghan, restless and ambitious, wanted more. Be king, that he will strip Harry and Meghan of their titles. That's interesting, isn't it? I've thought about that. Friends whispered that their goals no longer aligned. Harry longed for peace, quiet charity work, time with the kids, a private life. Meghan, on the other hand, was still chasing spotlight moments. She thrived on visibility, attention, and the next big thing. The tension grew quietly but steadily. Harry's friends from the UK noticed the change. He seemed isolated, distant, almost lost. Meanwhile, Meghan was always busy. Meetings, calls, events, many of which insiders claim Harry wasn't even aware of. Their home became less of a sanctuary and more of a studio for staged photo ops. Harry was born a prince, so if the titles Duke and Duchess were taken away from Meghan and Harry, To outsiders, it was a fairy tale estate, but for Harry, it was starting to feel like a gilded cage. The man who gave up everything for love was beginning to wonder if he'd lost more than just his royal ties. As Meghan grew closer to her billionaire contacts, Harry grew quieter. Their shared dream was dissolving into two separate paths, one chasing legacy, the other chasing luxury. New YouTube channel Lauren L. Farrow Media, where she exposes what observers started to notice something odd. Meghan and Harry were rarely seen together. No joint interviews, no red carpets. Even their public appearances felt strained, like two actors reading from different scripts. Sources close to the couple hinted that Meghan was strategically pulling back.